This edition of One Play Wednesday looks at the Ravens' unique fourth down play call where they utilized Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson in an unconventional manner to pick up a fourth down en route to converting for a field goal to take a 23-13 lead, which they would hang on to, thankfully, to win over the Browns 23-20. The Ravens, if you don't know, if you're new to the channel or new to Ravens content in general, the Ravens have had trouble in short yardage situations all year. I think that's been pretty well chronicled, particularly against Miami, even Buffalo with the game-ending interception down there, or at least drive-ending interception. So they've had to evolve. Would they have evolved if they were being successful in quote regular formations? I don't know. Probably not. My instinct is to tell me that they would not. If they were utilizing Patrick Ricard, their fullback, in the backfield, in front of a tailback like you have here in Justice Hill, and they were being successful in these short yardage situations, if they could just line up in the eye and gash people off tackle, power plays, whatever, and pick up these 4th and 1s, they'd probably still be doing that. As it was, they were unsuccessful, so they had to evolve. First, they went to like this quarterback sneak to Mark Andrews earlier in the year. Against the Bengals, they tried him under center and then motioned him out and ran a pass play. This is a toss play. The quarterback, in this case, Mark Andrews, is lined up under center, so unusual situation. He actually handles the footwork quite well, reverse pivoting, clearing his hips out of the way. Your hip, his right hip, is pointed directly where he's going to toss the ball, in this case, out in front of Lamar. That's the indicator for where the ball is going to end up. If you've ever taught this skill or you've ever wondered how this skill is practiced, if your hip isn't cleared enough, you can't toss it far enough out in front. So on the reverse pivot out, you got to get your foot off the midline. The midline extends like this, straight from the middle of where the ball is snapped. So he's got to get his foot on the top side of the midline, which he does. Lamar catches it, takes care of the rest. Now, there's some cool blocking going on here. First of all, out on the edge, you got a pin by Ricard, who is the fullback, and he's lined up as like a slot tight end. So he's pinning the defensive end. That's number one. It's a pin pull. So the left tackle, Ronnie Stanley, who's quite athletic for being a tackle, is pulling outside. He's going to loop around and go get 44. Seal him inside. And then Justice Hill, look at the feet almost getting tangled up there. Justice Hill luckily is able to step over, go get number 20, and Lamar cuts it upfield. Almost takes this to the house. You actually get a missed block by Devin Duvernay, who's one of the more reliable football players for this Ravens team. He's going to come down and is supposed to seal the Mike backer. He allows the Mike to go underneath of him. If he gets any piece of this Mike at all, right here, then that guy's not able to pursue with as much force, as much focus. And you can see if he's one step slower, that's it. It's over. So cool play concept, utilizing your best athlete back there to toss it to him, convert a 4th down. What's the shelf life on this play? Probably very short. The next time we line up in this, I'm quite sure that a team is going to have their end or whoever outside backer lined up outside number 2, so he can't get just pinned down by the pulling left tackle. You'll get a nice view of it here. There's Ricard pinning down on the D end, who kind of allowed himself to get pinned down, and then the loop by the tackle, Ronnie Stanley, to go get 44. I would venture to say the shelf life on this particular play is pretty short, if it's not been used up already, because teams are not going to get outflanked just by having the running back and Ricard on the same side. If they're going to do something irregular, I think it's going to have to happen over on this side, and you just don't have numbers for that to get done, in my opinion. You got the quarterback sneak with Andrews under center. You got Andrews motioning out to potentially run a route, which they did against the Bengals. On a 4th and 2, there was a failed pass up the right sideline. And then you've got this toss that's developed. Pretty cool concept. Let me know what you think of it. One Play Wednesday is designed to be short, quick videos to explore one concept, one play, one technique. In this case, we talked about a bunch of them because this is the team that I watched the most video of. It's my favorite team. I thought it was an interesting way to convert a 4th down. How long can the Ravens continue to find irregular manners to convert these 4th and shorts? I don't know. At some point, they're going to have kind of exhausted all their options, and a team's going to come in and be prepared for each one of them because it's a somewhat limited formation in terms of putting the running back and Ricard on the same side. You really can't run anything back over to that tight end nobody side, the left side of the screen, as I pointed out to you guys earlier. Let me know what you think of the play, what you think of my breakdown of the 4th and 1 conversion, and what you think of Win Play Wednesday as a concept in general. If this is your first video watching on this channel, please consider subscribing to the channel now.